Have you ever picked up your phone, swearing to only check one thing, but ending up scrolling an hour later? This happens to me more than I'd like to admit. You and I, and plenty others, have realized the issues with constantly scrolling. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clicked on this video. Everyone knows how short-form video platforms are designed to keep you scrolling. So, how do you stop? You've probably seen people do extreme device and social media detoxes with lock boxes and everything, but really, it doesn't have to be as big as that. So here's a list of simple yet effective ways to stop scrolling. Except for maybe messages and calls. Just because you're trying to lower your screen time doesn't mean you need to sacrifice missing or being able to make urgent calls and or texts. Or just calls and texts in general, because they're not scrolling. I have a friend who has all their notifications on, so their phone is constantly buzzing, which makes them more likely to pick up their phone. If you have less notifications, you're less likely to pick up your phone, and if you pick up your phone less, it leads to less time spent on your phone. Just open settings, notifications, and turn off every single one, except these two. Pretty easy, right? If normal screen time isn't enough for you to stop, and you just hit ignore every time it pops up, third-party apps and sites, if you scroll on your computer, work as well. I'm currently using 1sec and no scroll on my phone, though I probably only need one of these. 1sec forces me to take a deep breath every time I open YouTube or Instagram on my phone, which are the two apps I'm most prone to doom scrolling with. It makes me rethink whether or not I'm going to use it intentionally or just because I'm bored. No scroll blocks my apps in the evening, so I don't scroll before going to bed. I do have a normal screen time set for myself as well, but I always ignore it. I feel like it's mainly there to tell me that I've spent time on the app than anything. Of course, these apps are not the only ones you can use. The reason most of us scroll into oblivion is because we're bored and can't think of anything else to do, or that scrolling is simply the easiest thing to do. Picking up a new hobby or reconnecting with an old one could become another way to deal with boredom. That way, you can prevent yourself from instinctively picking up your phone at the first sign of boredom. Try to make it an offline hobby as well, such as reading, journaling, or crocheting. And I recommend making it as portable as possible so you can bring it everywhere. This can also add to your personality and teach you important skills like empathy and patience. And anyway, would you rather be friends with someone whose only hobby is scrolling or someone with an actual hobby? Likely, you don't have a fancy video camera handy, so you're just gonna have to use your phone. Sucks. This forces you to actually do offline things like your chores, hobbies if you have any, and possibly your homework if you're a procrastinating student. It doesn't matter if your homework is on another device. When you're recording, it feels like there's someone watching you, and you feel pressured to do the things you've been putting off. Also, it takes away your scrolling device, works your videography and editing skills as well. It'll also help romanticize what you do every day. Setting up, recording, compiling, and editing takes up time. This is also partially the reason I started YouTube, because I was recording myself and I thought, might as well share it. Where do you usually scroll? Probably somewhere like your bed or couch or somewhere comfortable indoors. This means you spent hours hiding away from the sun, which, if you went outside, would kindly provide you with necessary vitamins, fresh air, and peace of mind. No, opening the window does not count. Going outside, as you probably already know, is super beneficial to your entire body, including your eyes and nervous system. So, you might be a little less stressed if you touch some grass, even if it's just sitting in the sun for 5 minutes. Though you're outside, so might as well do a little bit of movement. You don't have to do a lot, you just have to do something. This may be the hardest out of all the tips in this video, but bear with me here. You can set up an automatic text to a friend every time you open an app you want to stop scrolling on and have them yell at you whenever they get the text. Or you could up the stakes and say every few times you open the app, you owe your friend $1. It's really simple. You just open shortcuts, automation, add app, check is open and run immediately, choose your app, and then go to new blank automation, and the first option is send message. Choose who you're sending the message to, personalize the message, and let that person know what the message means, and you're doing this with them, and you're done. However, if you don't have friends or you don't want to involve them, you can set up a small envelope of paper clips. If you don't have an envelope or paper clips, you can use 2 jars and coins or rocks. For the paper clip one, put 20 paper clips in the envelope, or however many you have. For the rocks or coins, fill the whole or half of the jar. Beside it, for both ways, set up another envelope or jar filled with little papers of things you should do but are putting off. Every time you scroll, move a paper clip from inside the envelope to clip onto the envelope. For the jars, move one object from a jar to another. Every time there's no more paper clips inside the envelope or objects in the original jar, do one of the things that you don't want to do, like as punishment. And make sure these things aren't time sensitive, like your homework. When I mean things like punishment, I mean things like talking to 5 strangers at the grocery store if you don't like talking to people, or going on an hour-long bike ride if you don't go outside very often and you want to. Don't do anything you're super uncomfortable doing, and don't put tasks like homework on here, like I've said. Phone addiction, like any other addiction, can be extremely difficult to overcome. Hopefully this video has offered some guidance of where to start with breaking the cycle. Let me know if there's anything you are already implementing from here, or anything you'd like to add in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through, and I hope you guys have a great week, great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!